Hey guys, what's going on? It's T-Car. Well, I'm just driving today, but you know, I'm paying attention to the road. I've got my beautiful wife filming for me today. So wanted to talk a little bit about raising a family with guns. If most of you, I don't know if you know or not, I just had a baby daughter, or my wife had a little girl, and I didn't really do much, but she's 3 months old now, and you know, it's a different thing from being single and having guns, and just being a married couple and having guns. Now we've got a child to think about, and how are we going to raise her, and how are we going to protect her and keep these guns out of her hands, but yet teach her and make sure that sure that she knows what they're for, and how to use them and how to protect herself. Babe, do you have anything to put to that, or have you thought about how we were going to do this?
Not really. I was just kind of leaving that to you.
You're leaving that to me. Well, first thing I recommend, you know, for us, what we're going to try to do is, you know, of course, have a gun safe, or have at least a gun cabinet. We're going to start keeping the guns up, but they're going to be easily accessible to me. You know, the firearm ready wherever you put it, for nighttime security. Having that available, having all your preps or you know, your go stuff available. That's kind of what I recommend. But also wanted to talk about too, my wife went to the movie theater, and you know, I'll let you say how you felt. Just tell me what the text you sent.
I went to see Mission Impossible with my mom on Friday, and we were sitting there. We got there pretty early, and we were just hanging out. I just didn't feel safe, and people would walk in, and I would immediately, you know, my mind would go to, you know, are they going to be the ones to pull a gun in this theater? You know, where are they going to sit? You know, a guy came in by himself, and it made me nervous because he went up behind us and just kind of sat diagonal from us by himself. And we live in a country now where you completely have to think those kinds of things when you go to a movie theater or anywhere. And I sent a text to my husband and said, you know, I wish he was there, because I knew he carried all the time, and I don't have my carry permit, so I knew that he would carry his gun, and it made me feel safe. And whereas I know that my mom has her gun, I just know that my husband's is always ready to go a lot quicker than usually a woman's, because it's usually in their purse, and it's easier for him to grab it off his hip or his pocket than dig through a purse. So I told him I just wished he was there with me. I would feel a lot safer. But a lot of times going into movie theater, I'm looking around all the time. Someone answered their phone in the middle of the movie, and I immediately went on high alert. And this scenario played out in my head. Okay, how is this going to go down? What am I going to do if someone pulls a gun? What's going to happen? How am I going to react? So.
And that's the way we all need to be thinking, in my opinion. We need to have this, what's going to happen? How am I going to react? Because there's going to be times that, you know, I'm not going to be able to be there with you. And ladies, if you're watching this, your husband's not going to, there are going to be times where he's not going to be exactly there. And vice versa, you know. There's going to be times where she might be the only one having a gun or whatnot. How are you going
to react? Which happened.
Yeah.
On Friday.
Yeah, it did happen on Friday. I tote myself as being, I carry all the time, every day, and I didn't have my gun. I came back from playing softball. I didn't have my gun playing with softball, and my wife was the only one that had her gun. So it's one of those things to where, you know, both of you need to be prepared as you can be, and you need to have those things to set in place to where, what am I going to do if this happens? If this guy does this, if that guy does that? What do you think about movie theaters and places like that, what do you think of gun-free zones? Right off the bat. I mean, people know what I think. What do you think?
I think that they're probably some of the unsafer places. There was a chart that came out comparing, I think it was Chicago and a town in Texas, and it might even been the state of Illinois and the state of Texas, comparing some logistic things like the population, the racial breakdown, per square mile. I mean, all kinds of things. And then it went to the crime rates and how many gun stores there are and how many gun stores per mile or whatever. And obviously we know Illinois doesn't have any. And or at least Chicago, wherever they were comparing
Right, Chicago,
this to.
Illinois does. Yeah.
So it broke down, and everything was basically the same population-wise, racial breakdown-wise. The only difference was the crime was way less in Texas than in Chicago. And they broke it down to how many gun owners there were. And there's none, because it was a gun, basically, guns were prohibited there. And then in Texas, they had, however many. So it just shows you that citizens carrying does help the crime rate.
Yeah, I think if when the criminals know that there's a chance someone's going to fight back, it takes that crime rate down. Well, this is T Carp and Mrs. B Carp signing off. Thanks guys for watching. Again, T Carp signing out.